Does anybody remember Darkwing Duck? I sure do. Disney's sequel show to DuckTales, and yes, I know the creator has said it was not a sequel to DuckTales. But how does he explain Launchpad as being the sidekick to Darkwing, and the Gizmo Duck cameos, or the characters mentioning Duckburg? Anyways, Darkwing Duck was pretty much a parody of comic book fiction, mostly Batman. We got this masked mallard who goes around fighting crime in the city of St. Canard. Gotham City. Just like Batman, Drake Mallard, aka Darkwing Duck, had his fair share of evil villains to deal with. So in no particular order, here are 5 best Darkwing Duck villains. The show doesn't explain how Steelbeak got his Steelbeak, but we do know that it does come in handy, and he is a high commander for Foul. Cool and suave, but will occasionally get angry, especially when Darkwing Duck interferes with his evil doing. He has bumbling henchmen called the Eggman. Chicken theme, which they usually fail at stopping Darkwing Duck. A former toy maker whose business went bankrupt when he couldn't compete with a video game company. So he went insane and turned to a life of crime, and started terrorizing the citizens of St. Canard with toy-themed weapons. He can be seen talking to Mr. Banana Brain, a doll that he carries around with him all the time. He oftentimes teams up with MegaVolt and belongs to the Fearsome Five. I guess Darkwing Duck can be too much for him. Of course, if you don't know already, he's a parody of the Joker, a somewhat kid-friendly version. A plant scientist, botanist, who was turned into the monster Bushroot. Okay, unlike the other villains in Darkwing Duck, who were mostly evil, Bushroot had a conscience. All he wanted was companionship. He only did evil things for good in his point of view, like stealing plant chemicals so he can grow a plant wife. Oftentimes being a misunderstood plant duck can be stressful, so he lashes out on St. Canard. I sometimes feel sorry for the guy. The evil doppelganger of Darkwing Duck who comes from the Negaverse, a dimension where everyone is the opposite of who they are. Negaduck wants to rule the world and will do anything to destroy Darkwing Duck, even trying to steal Darkwing Duck's girlfriend, or impersonating Darkwing Duck and doing crime to frame him. He is the most evil villain in St. Canard. He even formed the Fearsome Five, who do his every bidding. That's how scary Negaduck was. Even superpowered villains call him boss. This is my opinion, but I do think he has a superpower. He's able to bring out a chainsaw at will. Where does he keep that thing? You would think Negaduck is Darkwing's archenemy, but that title goes to MegaVolt. MegaVolt can manipulate electricity and talk to light bulbs. He got his powers back in high school when he invented a wool carpet treadmill, which he invented to find a cheap way to make electricity. Anyways, a bully taped him up to his invention and left him on it. This then transferred all the electricity into MegaVolt's body, making him a living weapon of electricity. He then decides to become a villain and destroy whoever doesn't understand him, like Darkwing Duck. Most of his crimes don't make sense, like using a giant magnet to steal metal so that he can build an even bigger magnet. He is the one villain that clashes with Darkwing Duck the most. If you have ever watched the show, his voice does sound familiar. That's right, Dan Castellaneta, aka the voice of Homer Simpson, is the voice of MegaVolt. So that's just 5 best Darkwing Duck villains. Which Darkwing Duck villain is your favorite? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.